Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about momentum. And it's very important to understand that there are two types of momentum. There is upwards and downwards momentum, or you can also call it upward spiral and downward spiral. And they're kind of self-explanatory, but the general idea is that when you start doing good things, it's going to be easier to do good things and you're going to progress more. And when you start doing bad things, it's going to be easier to do more bad things and basically do the opposite to progress. So, how do you create an upward spiral first? Because this is the most important thing. How you do that is you start with good things and you start with small good things, because if you start with something very big and very difficult, so let's say you have never made YouTube videos before and you try to make the best YouTube video, it's going to be very tiring. You're going to have to learn a lot at once and it's not going to be as good as you think it will be. So it's going to take a lot of your energy and then the next day you will not want to do it again. But if you just create an easy video, you just go in front of a camera and record, it's going to be way easier to record on the next day. If you, for example, go to the gym for the first time and you try to lift as much as possible and you do every exercise possible, it's going to be very hard and you're going to get very tired. So on the next day you will not want to go to the gym again because it was very tiring, you're very sore and you don't want to go to the gym. So what you should do instead is do something smaller, do something easier, do a workout for half an hour or 1 hour. Just a simple workout, some basic exercises, just look them up quickly, how to do them, decent technique. You don't have to do it perfectly because it's impossible to do something perfectly when you are doing it for the first time. That should be obvious. Don't try to do it perfectly and just do it, and then on the next day do it again. This is how you should create the momentum, because if you just do it once, it's not really going to change anything. But if you start doing it more, if you do it a few days in a row, you're going to notice that when you are training more, you're going to start having more energy and you're going to start having a better mood and you're going to start being more productive and it's going to start spiraling up. And when you're more productive, you get more things done, and when you get more things done, you make more money, and when you make more money, you go to a better gym, and when you go to a better gym, you train harder, and so on and so on and so on. And it's just an upward spiral that doesn't end. The only way it could end is if you start doing bad things. And very quickly the spiral can be reversed and go down. So you started going to the gym for a few days, but then, I don't know, your arm hurt. So you decided to skip the gym once, and then twice, and then 3 days, and then the more you start skipping the gym, the lazier you become, then the less productive you become, and then it's just a downward spiral. And you have to break the downward spiral, which is harder than just starting an upward spiral. So now you have to, from doing bad things, you have to start doing good things. So you have to do something good. And this is where you will have to force yourself most likely to do a good thing. Because when you have been doing bad things for the past few weeks, it's hard to do one good thing. You have to force yourself into it. But it's required. There's no other way to start an upward spiral. The only way to start an upward spiral is by doing good things. So to start the upward spiral, you have to break the downward spiral. So the downward spiral is a spiral of bad things. In order to break that, you have to do a good thing. And then to start an upward spiral, you have to do more good things, or do one good thing repeated, and then it leads to more good things that you can do and that you are going to do. So the obvious example is with the gym, but it can be with anything else as well. If you are already going to the gym, so this is a part of your daily routine anyway, and you are still on a downward spiral, which is completely possible, you should look to do something else, because maybe the gym is the only good thing that you do during the day. And if you're only doing one good thing, well then you're not really on an upward spiral, because you're doing just one thing. You're not really doing enough to launch you up. And maybe when you are doing this when you are doing this one good thing, you're doing multiple bad things, and that is still going to be a net negative, and it's still going to be a downward spiral in this way. So what you have to do is implement different things during the day. So if you're already going to a gym, you can start reading, for example. Reading is a really good thing. You can start running, you can start going for walks, you can start meditating, you can start working on a business, you can start learning about something, any topic that you're interested in. And when you start doing that, Or you can just focus on something connected to what you are doing. So if you are going to the gym, then you can focus more on diet, on the food that you eat, on how much water you drink, on what you drink, what is healthy, what is unhealthy, and general, athletic stuff and things that help your health. So it can be in the same uh, area of life, but it has to be more things so that they are more positive to spiral you up. And once you start the upward spiral, it is going to be much easier to start different things as well, because it is going to, in a way, also boost your discipline when you are on an upward spiral, because it's way easier to be disciplined when things are going well. When things are going bad, it's way more difficult to be disciplined, and that's exactly where you need the most discipline. So, again, to start the upward spiral, you have to start doing good things. Incredibly important. And examples of that, if you're doing bad things right now, so for example, you're lazy, you are a lot on social media, you just scroll TikTok all the time, and you are in this permanent bad state, start with stopping something and doing something good instead. But let it be something very small. For example, if you come home and straight go on TikTok, well, this time do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, do something physical, and you're going to find it actually difficult to go on TikTok after that. You want to do something else as well in this, because it changes your state of mind. Once you break out of the normal bad routine and start doing something good, it's way easier to continue with good things. And then when you start doing the good things like this, you have to keep it up, and you have to do more and more in order to keep the spiral going up. Because if you're not doing more and more, it's going to go up to here and it's going to stop, and you're going to stay there. But if you do more and more things, it's going to just keep going up, and it's never going to stop if you're always doing better things. So for some time, for a few days, 2-3 days, you're doing push-ups, sit-ups, something physical. Maybe you start paying a little bit more attention to what you eat, and then after that, you look at the local gyms, you sign up to a gym, you start going to the gym, then you start training, then you start maybe some martial art, maybe you start boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, whatever, some kind of martial art, and then after that, you start your own business, maybe dropshipping, maybe YouTube, maybe personal branding, maybe copywriting, any business that you can think of. And it's going to just keep going up and up. And when you set goals for how much you want to grow with the businesses, and then when you make a plan of how you're actually going to execute this and how you're actually going to get the growth that you want, and you start actually executing the plan, this is going to keep you going in the upward spiral, and you're going to be achieving more and more and more. And when you are like this in an upward spiral, doing more and more all the time, and when you are achieving more and more all the time, reaching new goals, sticking to your plan of how to reach the goals, you're going to feel incredibly much better. You're going to feel like your life has completely turned around, and you're going to just keep progressing, because once you have started progressing, it's way easier to keep progressing. When you're going down, it's very hard to start going up like this. But when you're going up like this is just your permanent state, and it's like much easier to implement new things, and it's much easier to continue with other things. But the most important thing is to not stop, because stopping while you are on this way and you do something bad, it is harder to get back up to the level that you could have been on if you just kept doing the good things. So don't stop, because first of all, stopping and doing some good and some bad things is going to look like this. You're going up, and then it goes flat for some time, and then it goes back up. But if it was just only going up, you would have been much better off, and you would have progressed more. So don't stop, don't take too much time off. Of course, you can take a day or two off, but just keep in mind that the more days you take off, the more momentum it takes off. So you're going to slow down the growth. And when you start doing bad things, it's going to completely crush the growth, and it's going to be much more difficult to get back into the rhythm. But once you get into the rhythm, it's much easier. And also, this is when you start something as well. When you think of going to the gym, it's very hard, it's very difficult. But when you actually go and when you start training, you get into the rhythm of it, you get into the mood, and it is much easier to keep going. So the most important thing is to start something, and once you start, it's going to be much easier to continue, but it is incredibly important to continue. So starting is the most important thing, but continuing to do it is almost just as important. Without starting, you cannot continue, and that's why starting is the most important. But if you start and you don't continue, the start didn't matter. So both things matter a lot, and you have to do both things. Once you start, you have to continue, and this is how you're going to see growth, and this is what upward momentum is going to be. So upward momentum is going to get you to your goals, it's going to make you achieve more, it's going to make you a better person overall, it's going to make your life better, it's going to make you feel better about yourself, and the downward spiral is only going to make you feel worse about yourself, and in future you're going to regret it, you're going to be like, why didn't I do more? I could have done much more. Why didn't I progress? Why didn't I stop doing the stupid things? I should have stopped earlier, and I should have started doing the good things earlier. So start now, start doing the good things now, start getting the momentum, and you'll see how this momentum is completely going to change your life, and you're going to surpass your goals that you have set for yourself. So that was it for this video. Remember to start and continue and don't stop. This is the most important message of the video. So if you like this video, make sure to leave a like and make sure to subscribe to our channel to not miss out on any upcoming videos like this and any podcast episodes that we're going to have in the future. Thank you for watching.